Hello, hello. Hello. See if anybody's gonna hop on and talk to me today. Hello, hello. Anybody gonna talk to me today? Hello, hello. Anybody gonna talk to me today? I'm gonna move my tripod, guys. Just gonna see if anybody's gonna hop on. I just got done at the gym and I just walked home. Anybody gonna talk to me? Hold on, but let me move my stuff. I don't want you sitting on my glasses. Sorry, my dog. Hello, hello. Anybody want to talk? Nobody wants to chat with me today? If you're hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Anybody? Nobody wants to talk to me today? If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello? Hello, hello. Nobody wants to talk to me today. Are they not letting comments come through? Thank you for the likes. I'm not sure who's sending them. Looks like Jessie. Is that your name? Hop on and say hello. I don't normally get on in the middle of the day, but I just got done with the gym and then I had to walk home because my car's not working. So I thought, why not? Hey, how are you, Johnny? Is it? Where are you from, Johnny? I'm not sure who's sending the likes. Can you tell me who you are, where you're from? Hello, hello. Tampa. Cool, I'm looking at moving to Tampa. Tampa. Cool, I'm looking at moving to Tampa. Probably not until summertime. Maybe a little sooner. We'll see. Do you like that area? Great place? Awesome. I know we're looking at, it's like 4 different places there. Tampa's one of them. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello, hello. I normally don't get on in the middle of the day, but I'm like energized and I want to talk to people because I just got done at the gym. Been here 69 years, LOL. Hi from Tampa. You're from Tampa too? How do you like it? We're looking at like 4 different places around there. South Bama, welcome. Do you have names, guys? I just got done at the gym and I had to walk home. I got a ride to the gym, but my car wasn't working and my friend couldn't. He was in the middle of working, so he couldn't bring me home. So I just walked home. Nice beaches. That's what I want. I don't have to live right at the beach, but I want to be like within an hour of the beach. Yeah, thank you for all the hearts. Not sure who's sending them.
How was it?
Good, I'm on a live, Eric.
What?
I'm on live.
Oh, I was talking to Dad.
Oh, he's not here. I walked home.
Oh.
He was busy. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. I just got done at the gym. I'm energized. I walked home. I'm like, I just want to talk to people. Tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello, hello. Anybody else going to talk to me? Arizona. Is it Brian? Welcome, Brian. I normally don't get on during the day. Sometimes I used to get on Saturday or Sunday mornings, but I haven't done that in quite a while. But it's like I went to the gym, I'm energized, I walked home, and I'm like, just feel like talking. Joyce, Kentucky, welcome. Jessica, hello. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be here. I just thought I'd get on and chat, see how everybody's day's going. From Richard from Georgia. I am well. I went to the gym and my friend couldn't pick me up and bring me home, so I walked home. So I'm just like super energized. Anybody else go to the gym? You know, if somebody would have told me 10 years ago that I loved going to the gym now, I would have been like, you're batshit crazy. That's what I would have told them. And I love going to the gym now, especially if you're not familiar with my story. My husband unalived himself a little over 2 years ago. And it just really helps. It helps my head when I feel muddled. I don't always go when I'm muddled, but does that make any sense? I don't know. It's the endorphins or something they tell me. But I love going to the gym now. You know, I love feeling better about myself. I'm on vacation in the Dominican, scuba diving. I'll trade you places, girl. No, I'm going to get there soon enough. I have big goals, so. Well, congratulations for you, Joyce. Go, girl. I'm all for that. Good for you. How long are you there? Diving is amazing. See, I don't know if I can handle all those fish swimming around me because everybody's like, oh, you would love it. Hold on. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, guys. Got something up my nose. It's really cool. I've never scuba dived in my entire life. I love water. I'm like a fish. Thank you. I still feel like I have something up my nose. But I've never scuba dived. And I didn't know if I would like it because I didn't know if I'd like all the fish swimming around you. Is it we feel weird? Anybody, input if you have experience. Just a week. Hey, a week's a week, man. Good for you, girl. Go, girl. I'm here for anybody that can, you know, have fun. Life is too short. You look for them. And I'm like freaking out because they would be swimming beside me. No, I'm sure it would be cool. Like I've seen, you know, obviously I've seen people do it. And I'm like, you know, I think it would be cool to see them. Is it like weird to have them? Do they touch you? I don't know. I guess I don't know. We'll see. I'm doing all kinds of things these days I wouldn't do before my husband died. That's for sure. You know, and I'm terrified of heights. And I thought, I never thought I would, you know, and I actually would like to go up on, you know, like up on a mountain where they do those, what is it? Where you're like, got a parachute and you jump off, or maybe a hang glider or something. I don't know what they're called, but I might actually do that now. I don't know. I just know that life is short, right? After my husband died, I met a guy whose wife had died. We thought we would do something different. That's awesome. I am so excited for you too. I am so excited. That's awesome for you guys. Yeah, I just, you know, like I said, when my husband checked out, it was like, you know, life is short, right? Tomorrow's never promised. You know, find your joy. Don't let anybody steal your peace. You know, make yourself happy. Because if you don't make yourself happy, who's going to? Right? That's my new philosophy. And I also learned last year too, you know, the only things in life we regret are the things that we don't do, right? So just do the thing, right? Even if it scares you. That's my new philosophy. Just do it. It's a different world. Yeah. Well, be safe anyway. You know, I have to tell you, I had never traveled without my husband. And I just moved to California like a couple months ago. It's a different world here too. I'm from Iowa, but lived in South Dakota. So I consider myself a South Dakotan because I lived there the longest. And absolutely no regrets. Exactly. Right? Yeah. Life's too short to have regrets. But what was I saying? Oh, I traveled here. I drove myself here, 3 states with a dog and 2 cats. And you know what? It was like the best growing experience for me ever. That was the best lesson ever. You know, I was always terrified to go anywhere without my husband. So you are definitely what? Hold on, back up. Disrespectful to men you find unattractive? Okay, Jimmy. Keep it up and I might have to block you. I'm not disrespectful to anyone. I don't disrespect anybody. If I haven't walked a day in your shoes, you're never going to catch me disrespecting you. I always told my kids that too, right? I think we have a troll on the loose this morning. Or I should say this afternoon. I always told my kids that. You know, if you've never walked a day in somebody's shoes, don't you ever judge anyone. Right? You could call me unattractive. You know what, guys? This is the thing. And I already blocked him, so it don't matter. But you know what? I've been to hell and back since my husband left. And there isn't anything anybody could say to me on here now that would steal my peace, honestly. I mean, there just isn't. For one, because I don't care what people say anymore. Anybody else have that philosophy? I always say my give a crap button broke when I turned 40, but you know, honestly, since I've learned who I was and I've learned to love myself, I don't need anybody's approval. I don't need your validation. I just don't. So, yeah, there's nothing anybody can say, you know, and your opinions of me are none of my business. Anyway, so how's everybody's day? Talk to me, guys. Hey, if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. I'm normally not on during the day, but I'm just so energized after walking home from the gym. I'm like, hey, I'm going to get on and talk to people. Anybody else want to talk to me? Thank you for the heart. Anybody? But yeah, how's everybody's day going? It's beautiful here in California. We've had so much rain. I'm installing a transmission. Wow, fun for you. Know when you have great loss, your give a F's broken and over 40. Maggie, that's right. You know, like I said, I was with my husband for 32 years before he decided to unalive himself. And because of his one choice that day, my whole world of 32 years imploded. And so, you know, like I said, I've literally been to hell and back, right? Every earthly possession I owned was taken from me. You know, I'm living with a friend. If I leave her, I'm actually homeless. And I'm not worried a bit. You know why? Because I'm trusting. I have faith in my spirit team and in the Creator. And the Creator's never not taken care of me. Have I been through hell? Yeah. But I had to learn a lot of lessons. It's okay. Do you have a name? Is it Siggy55? Do you have a name and where you're from? Maggie, where are you from? You know, it's been a little over 2 years and, you know, I discovered my purpose through all of this. This is why I'm on TikTok. You know, I help other people through loss and help other people through trauma. From Alabama. Welcome. So, you know, my phrase for the last 2 years has been, it is what it is, right? Because it really is. It really is just is what it was, you know? So, I learned how to heal myself. You know, I'm still healing. I think I'll be healing the rest of my life, but yeah, I agree. You know, like I tell my kids, I'm just glad that he did it the way he did it. And I didn't have to find something really, really, really nasty because I did find him and I will have that memory for the rest of my life, probably, sadly. But if I had to find him some way, I'm glad it was that way and not another way. Maggie from Indiana. Glad to have you here, Maggie. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's okay. Like I said, you know, when it first happened, I'd never lived an adult life without him. I was 16 years old when we got together. When we were together for 32 years, we'd never been apart more than 2 weeks in that 32 years. And so I was ready to check out myself. I have to be careful what I say. A TikTok will kick me off. But, my youngest daughter, she said to me, she's like, Mom, your life's worth living, right? Ryder was his dad when he did. Trisha, I think I'm missing a comment. TikTok likes to censor some of my comments, and I don't know why. I have all of my filters off, and they filter comments. So I'm not quite sure if you had another comment before that. Otherwise, you can elaborate. But yeah, so my daughter told me, Mom, your life's worth living. It was September 14th of 2023. So a little over 2 years. Okay, gotcha. I see your comment now. I'm so sorry for your loss. Just know that this is what this community is for. This is what I talk about at nighttime usually. Yes, I am. And so that was my light bulb moment. And then I was like, because everybody just kept telling me, oh, I'm so sorry. Everybody just kept telling me, Renee, just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And I didn't know how to do that. I could barely breathe without him. And so I'm like, okay. And he didn't leave me in a great spot financially. So therapy was out, and I'm the circle that don't fit in the square. Can you imagine the unique girl? And so I knew group therapy wasn't going to work for me either. And so I'm like, okay, if I'm going to stay on this planet, I have to figure out a way to heal myself. And so I just deep dived into meditation and journaling, and I would sit in nature and I would cry and I would journal. And then I discovered I had abilities to talk to my spirit guides. And then they breadcrumb me to my purpose, which is to be here and to help other people, to share my story and to help other people through loss. I'm so sorry for your loss, Trisha and Maggie. And so, yeah, the first message they ever give me in meditation was, what heals you will heal others. You talk to him a lot. That's good. And know that he hears you. I'm a psychic medium, if you aren't aware. Watch Pink Lion. She's an amazing medium on here. Okay, I'll have to look her up. You're so welcome. I never get on in the middle of the day. I used to, like on a Saturday morning, if I wasn't working, sometimes I'd hop on. And, but no, I went to the gym and my friend couldn't pick me up. So I walked home and I'm so energized. I'm like, I'm just going to get on and talk to people. I love talking to people. Oh, he does hear you. The veil between us and those that have crossed over is so very thin. He hears you. And anytime that you're just, randomly, he comes to you, your thoughts, he's right there with you. Just know that. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm just chilling. I need to take a shower, but I tan, so I can't shower quite yet. So I thought, well, I'm just going to talk to people. That's what I love to do. This is what I'm put here to do. You're lost? Well, girl, you're in the right place if you're lost. Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate that. Girl, you're welcome to DM me anytime. I am live on here 6:30 p.m. Pacific time every night. Not every night. Sunday through Wednesday. And I'm just starting a grief meeting on Zoom. Trisha, if you're interested, DM me. Am I following you already? Okay, just making sure. You've been here before, right? Okay, that's what I thought. So I am starting a grief meeting on Thursday nights at 5:30 Pacific time. You can come and hop on and just listen, or you can talk about it, whatever you feel comfortable. But if you would like, DM me and I'll give you the information to log on to the Zoom meetings on Thursday nights. You wouldn't have to come every week. It can just be once, whatever feels right for you. But definitely know that you can get on and talk any night. It doesn't matter what I'm talking about on here. My page is your page. And I always say, the topic goes where the topic's supposed to go. So if you have a loss to talk about, then hey, girl. Cindy, thank you for the follow. And Maggie, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I don't care if I'm called, arrogance, anger. I don't care. Honestly, I've learned who I am. I've learned to love me. And like I said, other people's opinions of me are none of my business. Thank you for the follow, Siggy55. I just don't care. You know, I've been to hell and back in the last 2 years, and, you know, there isn't anything that anybody can say that would steal my peace at this point. There just isn't. I need to talk about it. So this is good. Good. I am so glad. Please do. Message me. Try journaling. Get it out. For me, that was huge. Journaling was huge. If you can get out into nature, if it's warm or at all warm, where you know, if you can get out into and take a hike or just sit. For me, we had a lake on the other side of where I lived, and I would sit in nature and I would just journal and I would cry. And one day it would be, I'm so angry with you for leaving me. And then the next day it was, I'm so sad I don't know how to live without you. And journaling was huge. And meditation. And I started going to the gym because for me, when my head felt muddled, right? Like when all of the worries of the world would come up, like, well, he never taught me how to do this, or I don't know where the key for this is, or whatever it was, right? Or how am I going to pay this now because my income dropped drastically after he left because he was a truck driver and I can't make the kind of money he could. And, you know, I had babies at 17, so start at 17. So, you know, you know, if my head felt muddled and I felt like I couldn't catch my breath or my train of thought, right? I went to the gym. I love the gym for that. You know, it unmuddles my head, right? Even if it's just walking on the treadmill. I love it. I absolutely love it. But that is my best advice to you. But you're welcome to hop on here every night. Like I said, I'm here Sunday through Wednesday. I try to be as consistent as possible. Obviously, I'm human and life happens. But I would love to have you on my Thursday night Zoom. Like I said, 5:30 Pacific time. Just let me know and I can shoot you a DM. Shoot me one if you want the information how to dial in. A mile is farther than you think. I'm not quite sure how to take that comment. I walk miles all the time. But anyway, well, I'm glad that you guys hopped on and talked to me today. Trisha, I am here for you. Girl, just know you're not alone. And that's why I'm starting my Zoom, because I want people to know that they're not alone. There's a place to come. Like I said, even if you don't want to talk, you can just mute yourself and listen. If you want to talk, you can talk. Okay? You're so welcome. This is exactly what my community is for. So, yeah, just message me anytime, you know, whatever I know the struggle. I didn't have anybody, you know, like I said, my world of 32 years crumbled and my husband's family completely abandoned me. I heard from nobody after the day of the funeral. Not a soul. After 32 years. And my family, iffy. I had my one girlfriend and my kids, you know, and my kids, you know, here's the thing. They lost their dad, but at the same time, you know, they got to go back to South Dakota because it didn't happen there. They got to go back to South Dakota and they got to go, you know, their lives continued. I didn't have a life to go back to. Mine was gone. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Sheila, thank you for the follow. You know, this is my purpose. Like I said, I started getting message from my spirit guides and they started breadcrumbing me. And, you know, and like I said, the first message I ever got was, you know, what heals you will heal others. And I'm like, well, what's that supposed to mean? Right. And then, you know, and I didn't go looking for my purpose because when I stopped looking, it came to me. And then they would just keep breadcrumbing me. And finally one day it was crazy because I went into meditation and I didn't get any messages that day. And I started to come out of meditation and then I could hear my husband sent me a song and I could hear, if I could turn back time. And it was the biggest light bulb moment ever. And I sat and I sobbed and it was like, I knew at that moment that no, I couldn't turn back time. And even if I could, I couldn't because, and even now I get chills, but I couldn't because I had to go through everything I went through exactly how I went through it because this is my purpose. And if I didn't go through it the way I went through it, then I can't help other people. And that's exactly why I've been to hell and back, because my guides have been preparing me. They've given me visions. I kind of know what my future is, what's coming a little bit. They don't tell you everything, of course, because you're not meant to know everything. But I know what's coming, and they've been preparing me, and I needed to have a thick skin for what's coming. But yeah, and I literally, like I said, I just sat there and I sobbed because I knew that I couldn't. And even if I could, I couldn't. I could not turn back that time, because if I did, then I wouldn't be who I am right now to help other people. And that's when, like I said, I had that huge light bulb moment. It was like, oh my gosh, this is my purpose. This is what I'm meant to do. And I just knew. And yeah, and the rest is history. My guides that come that December, my guides were like, you need to be online and you need to be telling people your story. And I'm like, and I was terrified to get online and tell people and it wasn't so much talking about my story, but just being online, because I had to take all my accounts private when my husband was sick a year prior to that, because, I was getting hate and I didn't have the thick skin, and that's what they've been preparing me for. Can't think of the name right now. There must be a comment that they censored, Trish. Good afternoon. Hey, Hope, how are you? I went to the gym today and I had to walk home because my friend was at work and couldn't come get me. So I was like, just energized. And I was like, I'm just going to get on. I'm going to just talk. I love talking to people. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. How are you? So yeah, that's how I discovered my purpose, and that's why I'm here. Like I said, and I started making reels in January, and then, come February, my guides are like, Renee, you need to be on TikTok. And I'm like, I don't want to be on TikTok. I don't even know how to get on TikTok. And then my grandkids came in March, and it was like, okay, can y'all help grandma get on TikTok? And then the rest was history, right? My guides just tell me, do this, and I do it. And I'm missing something. Hold on. She has the other song. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's about not letting anything. Okay. Good afternoon. I went to the gym, Veronica, and I was just energized. I walked home and I just felt like getting on and talk to people. Hey, Eric.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you come shut my door, please?
On it.
Thank you. That's because we're old. I love it.
You want Boo in here?
Yeah, he's fine. As long as he lays there. Thank you.
Anytime.
Okay, hold on. Hold you down. Yeah. I'm an alien from planet Zoran. I'm here to assimilate to your culture and infect you with my values. Okay, sure. I'm just going to love you right where you're at. Thank God for kids. My kids were grown and, they all have their own lives, and sorry, I'm hitting stuff. And so, like I said, my kids, I love my kids. They've been great, they've been great, but they just, they have their own life. And when my life crumbled, it was harder to lean on them because, they were struggling and, they went back to their lives. I didn't have a life to go back to. My life crumbled, there was literally nothing there for me to go back to. Other than my apartment, my pets, my friend, and my kids, there was nothing left of my life. 32 years gone. Boom. Imploded. So I had to figure out, okay. Glad to hear it. More power to you, girl. And so, but once I started healing and I learned who I was, because I really didn't know who I was. I'd been with my husband since I was 16 years old. You don't know who you are at 16, and I had became somebody who he wanted me to be, and that wasn't a bad thing. It's just, it is what it was, right? It's okay. Just let it go. I just let them go. And then if they get, my only rule, like I said, is just be kind. If people can't be kind, then I block them, but it's okay. Each to their own. But yeah, so, once I figured out who I was without him, and I learned to love myself and I started healing, and it is what it is. Thanks for all the likes, Veronica. I appreciate that. Awesome. That sounds amazing. But anyway, so how's everybody's afternoon going? Anybody need anything from me? Probably not going to stay on much longer. I'm going to go get some food in me. Okay. Great. All right, guys. Well, does anybody else have anything they want to talk about or say or anything? Excuse me. I got to go grab some food. We just had dinner, got to head to the firehouse meeting soon. Oops, excuse me. Okay. Well, take care of yourself. Know that I'm here for you. And remember about that Zoom meeting on Thursday nights, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. DM me if you would like to know how to get into there. So, some bacon's calling my name. I'm doing great. I'm amazing today. I went to the gym and I had to walk home and I'm energized. I'm going to go get some bacon and then I'm going to go shower. And then I got to figure out my live for tonight and get some reels put out. So I got a full day. You're so welcome. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you have an amazing day. I will be back here tonight at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. What we're talking about yet, I don't know. I haven't got that yet. Haven't got that far. I got to work on that. So I hope you all have an amazing, amazing day. Remember, it's a choice. Make it great. And know that I love you all for hopping on and talking to me. Without you guys, I wouldn't have a page. You guys are amazing. I love you all. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. All right, guys. I got some bacon calling my name. I just went to the gym and walked home. I think I can have some bacon. Have a great day. Remember, it's a choice, and I'll see you all tonight.